What's going on, YouTubers, for ladies and gentlemen? It is the artist, formerly known as the Natural Born Thriller. And welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling Review, the show from November 20th, 2021, which tends to giving you Impact 2021 results that took place in Sunrise, Manor, Nevada, at the Samstown live, whichever is being pronounced in a way, under the promotion of Impact Wrestling. So your commentators were D'Lo Brown and Matt Striker. So let's get to the show itself. Now, what it pertains to the pre-show, I don't recall if I've seen the pre-show, but the pre-show featured Juice Robinson and David Finlay of FinJuice defeating Rajan Singh and Rohit Raju in 8 minutes and 19 seconds, I should say, in the tag team match. And Jordan Grace, no surprise here, her retaining her Impact Digital Media Championship title with Chelsea Green, with Rachel Ellering at ringside, defeating Chelsea Green in 8 minutes and 14 seconds. Again, now I think I didn't watch the pre-show. I'm pretty sure I didn't watch the pre-show because again, during the time with the digital media title belt being defended on the pre-show and not being defended on the pay-per-view or let alone on the Impact Wrestling show itself, I wasn't really care for the match itself. So that's just the way it is for me. But I digress. But anyways, but that was the pre-show. Here's the main shows that was important to me the most. Chris Sabin versus Ace Austin with Man Fulton at ringside. It lasted 12 minutes and 58 seconds. And the match, I thought it was a pretty decent opener with Chris Sabin getting the win. So the whole thing of Chris Sabin, losing to Ace Austin has not been deflated in a way for Ace Austin, because now Chris Sabin turned that shirt that Ace Austin had, said that I beat Chris Sabin, Chris Sabin turned it into I am Chris Sabin. It's not that. I don't know. It was something to that degree, like whatever. But there you go. That was that match. Next match, or tag team match, lasted 7 minutes and 51 seconds, with Fine by Design of Eric Young and George Doring with Diener at ringside, versus Heath and Rhino. And the match I thought was pretty decent, with Fine by Design winning, which shocked to me because I thought at least Heath and Rhino was going to win here, but that wasn't the case at all. So, but either way, match was fine. Rich Swann with Willie Mack, who was supposed to be facing Brian Myers, but instead Brian Myers decided to no show because of what he did to Sam Beal, which that really pissed off Chris Swann in a way that he wanted to get back at Brian Myers for what he did. So instead of Brian Myers being there, VSK was there instead, being played by Ziggy Dice. A singles match that lasted 6 minutes and 8 seconds. The match I thought was good, with Rich Swann winning. So in a way, Rich Swann did get his revenge, but he got his revenge on the wrong guy. So W. Morrissey versus Matt Cardona in the match that lasted 8 minutes and 54 seconds. And the match itself was pretty good. Matt Cardona, he's always been good, and W. Morrissey, has been showing a lot of very improvement since leaving WWE, especially when it comes to Impact Wrestling. Ever since it comes to Impact Wrestling, it's like a whole new life of W. Morrissey. And I'm thinking to myself, during that time, by the way, I thought he was going to be leaving Impact Wrestling, because I heard something about him. He wanted to leave. I mean, I don't think he wants to leave, but I think it's just going to be one of those things where it was going to be one of these type of agreements that he's going to stick around to After Battle Glory. But as of we've seen as of this year too, he's still here. He's still sticking around. They gotta love him. They must love something about him, and he must be paying some good money if he's still staying there for Impact Wrestling. And who knows? Maybe in the future he could be a future Impact World Champion. W. Morrissey. I mean, he's earned the right to become World Champion pretty soon. He's improving a lot. He looks great. I love his new thing that he's doing right now. Especially with him being a babyface right this year too. But as of right now, pertains to this me doing this catch up review, he's a heel to this point. But until we get to that turning point. See right there? Because there's a turning point. But I digress. Anyways, but yeah, the match itself was pretty good, with W. Morrissey getting the win. The Inspiration, Cassie Lee and JC McKay defended Impact World Tag Team, the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championship title, I should say, in 10 minutes and 21 seconds against Decay of Havoc and Rosemary. And the match I thought it was alright. Wasn't better than their match from Battle for Glory, but it was whatever. But Inspiration, they won, as they should. So Trey Miguel defends his Impact Exhibition Championship title in the 3-man match that lasted 8 minutes and 53 seconds against Laredo Kid and Steve Macklin. And the story here is that, Trey Miguel's goal here is to be the guy to defeat Steve Macklin. That way there'll be no more excuses, no more exceptions in a way, where it takes to Trey Miguel finally beating Steve Macklin and finally moving on from him and getting to finally get the job done of being the undefeated Steve Macklin in Impact Wrestling. The match itself was great. These guys were killing each other in this match. Steve Macklin, I'm telling you, with Steve Macklin doing things that he's never done in WWE before, makes me wonder why they never give Steve Macklin a chance. Steve Macklin has been killing it since coming to Impact Wrestling. All these moves that I've never seen him do before, and moves he shouldn't be doing. Steve Macklin is on fire, man, in Impact Wrestling. I'm becoming a big fan of Steve Macklin, of his work in Impact Wrestling. Hell, even a bigger work that he's part doing, in other, indies as well. Since leaving WWE. Something that WWE should, capitalize on this guy. Steve Macklin, he's pretty damn good. Why they let this guy slip right through his fingers is beyond me. But, hey, WWE's loss is Impact's game. So, Steve Macklin is killing it. He's thriving. So, in this match, I forgot how the finish happened, but it pertains to, I think I remember now. It was like a double Meteoro by Trey Miguel to Laredo Kid and Steve Macklin on both of them. Pinning both of them at the same time, but only one of them kicked out. Guess who that was? It wasn't Laredo Kid. It was Steve Macklin. And Trey Miguel, even though he won the match, he beat Laredo Kid to retain the title, but he was unsatisfied that he didn't beat Steve Macklin, because now Steve Macklin's going to keep bringing it up. He's going to keep bragging, "You still didn't beat me. You still didn't beat me." Nice. Look, the story writes itself right there. That was great storytelling there. So I'm glad they did that in a way, because it ended up having a rematch between these two guys later on, which we'll get to. Hope when we play catching up a bit. But right now I'm trying to concentrate on the November editions for Impact Wrestling. Mickie James defends her Impact World's Women's Champion, her Impact Women's Knockouts World Championship, I should say, whatever it's called nowadays, the Impact World Knockouts Championship. 9 minutes and 28 seconds versus Mercedes Martinez. The match I thought was pretty good. It could have been better, but I thought it was pretty good with Mickie James winning. Mercedes Martinez, I think she's going to win because Mickie James was being pushed and heavily being pushed to go into the East Royal Rumble during that time as the Impact Knockouts World Champion. So there you go. Which I got a lot to say about that too once we get to the January portion of it. The Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, defended Impact World Championship title match in the lasted 7 minutes and 42 seconds against Bullet Club's Chris Bay and Hikuleo. In the match I thought it was fine for what it was, but I hate when they do this with the Good Brothers. They always gotta do a one-up thing where they I'll tag my partner and the opponent won't see it, and then I'll capitalize on it, steal the win, and then run away with the belts. That's basically what it was. That's basically what they did. So during that time we still had to see more of these Doc Gallows swinging that belt back and forth like that's how long his dick is. Moose defends his Impact World Championship title match in a Full Metal Mayhem match lasted 31 minutes and 34 seconds against Eddie Edwards. They made a lot of weapons in this match. I can't really tell you much of it. I remember there was a steel chair in there, and when we're taking Eddie Edwards, it's always gonna be a candlestick in there. So there you go. As far as the other weapons, I don't remember much of weapons I remember as well. But I remember this match being good though, and when Moose retaining, it's a plus. So Eddie Edwards got opportunity to be world champion, but failed to do so, which makes less sense what happened later on, which we'll get to. You'll hear that from me a lot. But also show That was impact turning point of 2021. My overall rating for the show, I'm gonna go with an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10 is a good overall rating for it. So there you go. But that being said, folks, thank you all for watching. For it is the artist, formerly known as the Natural Born Driller, saying peace on the streets. To all you, to be well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything else going on in the world, wear a mask before you wear any gloves of any kind. Hand sanitize your hands at all times. Be respectful, be better, be appreciative, to love one another. God bless one another, live in peace and harmony for us all. For I am out here, talk for now, and y'all take care. Stay blessed.